Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 778 to my random chatbot series on Character.ai. I'm trying to get a good run to go to Type Totodile. One run was going alright, but I think something went wrong. Another run that I did earlier, uh, didn't even involve Totodile at all for some reason. Like the eagle was acting like it was only him. Now, see if we can get a better run. The unicorn looked at me for a second before lowering its head in front of me as if it was trying to communicate something. Oh boy, we're going through this, yeah. Did you need something from me? Ow! The unicorn nods in confirmation. It wants you to follow it. Oh, sweetheart, we're not getting a good run again, are we? Unicorn begins to walking, making sure you are following it. It starts to get dark, and you both go deep into the forest. Eventually, the two of you emerge at a small clearing, and you see someone sitting on a waterfall. Okay, so that's a little bit more detailed, but is it going? Uh, let's see. Wow, this is beautiful. It's not a person. It's a Pokemon. I'm saying Pokemon. I put person for some reason, but it's a Pokemon. The unicorn nods in agreement before it stops looking at the Pokemon sitting by the waterfall. The Pokemon is a Totodile. A bit unique, though, but at the same time, pretty. You'd not have to describe it like that. I know I call Fergal handsome, but oh, sweet Arceus as a child. Totodile turns around surprised, but gives you a warm smile. Hey, he's friendly. Oh, didn't he see you there? He's adorable already. Hello, who are you? I'm Toto. My name in particular is Lucas. Ah, Lucas. That's actually a pretty normal name. May I ask what your name is? Toto asks curiosity in his kind voice. He's adorable. That's a nice name. Lucas calling you a kind smile on his face. He's just adorable. Unicorn was also looking at you curiously too. He's the one who brought me here. You said you were a. I've never seen a species of your Pokemon that looked like that. Yeah, that's correct, Louis said, a hair citizen with. I changed his form, but in honesty, I miss my old one. I hate how I look now. Oh, sweet Arceus, now we finally get a good run. Now Toto hates himself. Sweet Arceus, why can't I find a good run that's balanced? Where it does involve the Totodile, and not just the unicorn, but also flipping, doesn't have to, like, flipping hating himself for how he looks. Is there a reason? There a reason you hate it? Question mark. Louis sighs a little bit, looking up at the night sky above the waterfall. Because no one ever liked me when I looked like a normal Totodile. I tried many things to get people to like me. No matter what I did, no one would ever want me around. I tried being cute, funny, and even trying to do tricks for them. Still, no one would want to be friends with me for more than 10 minutes. Sweet Arceus. But if that's how you were getting treated in your old form, then why do you hate this one so much? Oh my gosh. Because my new look only gets either strange, rude, or even disgusting looks and treatment. Lucas says, his voice holding deep sadness while he also gives off a bitter laugh. I don't think laughing would be a good. Oh, they say laughter is the best medicine. Not all the time, and especially not in this instance. Mm, that's sad. Lucas nodded in agreement, the sad look still on his face. Unicorn then walks up close to him, gently nuzzling his head against Lucas's side. Two have a silent yet obvious close bond toward each other. I noticed you and this unicorn having such a close bond. Who is that unicorn? Lucas smiles softly as he looks down at the unicorn. So I don't know why I was ready to be a little bit bigger. That was still gently nuzzling him, looking back up at him with an affectionate, proud look. This is my protector. They take the name Midnight, which I think is pretty fitting for them. Midnight has been with me through it all. The happiness, the hard times, the loneliness, everything. Their name does fit them as they are mostly active at night. Wow. Exclamation point. I'm sorry if I just came into your territory. Your unicorn actually led me to this spot, but I don't know completely why. Lucas has showed off a little bit what you said, gently petting Midnight's head. You're fine. Midnight has good judgment in most cases. They brought you to me, that means they trust you. Why does he lead trustworthy people to you? Is there a particular reason he does it? Oh, you mother fricker. Oh my. So he's legit trying to. Lucas gives a small frown as his expression turns a bit solemn because I'm very lonely because of how much I get rejected because of my looks now. And Midnight wants to protect me. Their way of trying to protect me is leading people to me they believe would be nice friends for me. Because of the trust they have towards you, that's why they brought you here. That's very sweet of him. How can he tell if somebody is trustworthy? I put he. He. Lucas grins a little bit as he continues to gently rub Midnight's head, clearly proud and very close with the unicorn. You can say they have a good sense of judgment for most things, even people. As I said before, if they believe someone's a trustworthy or good person, they will bring them to me. Midnight will also protect anyone they deem trustworthy as well. Really? That's really cool. How does he protect someone? He seems a little bit smaller than you. Smarter, sweetheart is. I'm not calling Toto stupid. We smile softly as he chuckles a little bit. It may not seem like it, but don't underestimate them based on their size. They can be very vicious if they need to be. I've seen them tackle and even chase away Pokemon who were 2 to 3 times size bigger than them if they were trying to harm or threaten me. Even my friends. They also know certain moves they use when protecting me and my friends, like Moonblast. So is this thing think it's like the Galarian Rapidash or something? So it makes me worried now, like, with it. Was that. I kind of want to point this out. Oh, but that was a different run that happened. I was going to say, like, he was looking at me. I'm trying to debate why I should. I have a way of doing it. It may not make much sense, but I don't know why. Know completely why. But when your unicorn first walked up to me, I could sense the kindness coming from him once he trusted me. But I also felt something a little different along with that. But then how I explain, I don't know why, but it felt like some kind of weird draconic power. Or I guess the one I could think of that would maybe possibly get me closer to seeing if that thing works like it's supposed to. Because if this particular thing doesn't work, then that means the flipping thing messed up again. Louis seems in surprise when you said that, his eyebrows raising, his expression holding. Really? That makes a surprising honest voice. Huh, that sounds interesting. Man, do you know what he's talking about? I just wants just nod its head. So, I swear to frick, if he turns into that dragon in front of me, it's clearly very aware of what you were alluding to. Lewis looked at Midnight, surprised by what you and them said, and then looked back at you. I didn't really know he had it. What it meant. It was more like a feeling more than the fact that I could see it. I don't know if I said the right way. Louis not understanding, although there was still curiosity and some surprise in his expression. That's interesting, he said, still a little stunned. Midnight just continued to stare at me, its expression looking a mixture of curiosity but also watchful. Midnight. Don't worry. I don't know what that thing I was sensing from you was. Draconic power I was feeling from you was, but I'm not going to hurt you. Mm, or your friend. Not nod, gently nuzzling. Oh, there you go. Gently nuzzling Lucas. Lucas looked glad that Midnight wasn't in any distress or anything, but also seemed surprised and curious about your comment from before. If it's alright with you, can you elaborate about what you meant about that draconic power? He asked you, his voice holding a mix of curiosity, interest, and slight awe. Like, like I said, it was more of a feeling sometime after he trusted me. Period. Even though Midnight is a unicorn, I kind of felt like deep down he had some kind of dragon power. Again, guys, I didn't know any way to get this to work. But it'd make kind of sense if it's a unicorn for a psychic Type Totodile. I mean, like, maybe, like, because it trusted me, like, I mean, like, even the unicorn died whenever I pointed out. Louis's eyes widened a bit upon hearing that, his expression holding more awe and curiosity now. Ben also had a somewhat stunned yet curious look on his face, listening to you until, okay. Well, now he's over there acting like it never happened. That's fascinating, Louis said, his voice a bit lower and holding a bit more surprised now. I never heard of anyone or anything else getting this kind of vibe from Midnight or felt what you felt before. This is interesting to say the least. As nice as Midnight was being to me, that feeling of that dragon power was telling me deep down that if I accidentally made him mad, I would probably find out what that dragon power was. Louis not clearly understanding what you meant by that. Midnight was clearly listening to your words, although his expression was still neutral, with Lucas' expression held on some concern. Yeah, but that can be a bit like a double-edged sword. On one hand, if you're trustworthy, they are the absolute best and friendliest Pokemon you'll ever meet. On the other hand, if you're not trustworthy or if you're a threat, they can be a vicious predator, and you certainly don't want to face off against them when they're in a protective mood. Hey, Midnight, you don't have to be scared of me or worried about me. I'm not going to hurt you or your friend. In fact, I want to be friends with you, and there you go. Midnight seems to relax a bit when it looks at you, giving off a calm, understanding expression. It still remains standing close by Lucas, but it seemed noticeably less tense. Lucas himself gave a relief sigh, saying that Midnight was less defensive and more relaxed around you. He then let out a small laugh, although there was a hint of nervousness. Good to hear. I know that you want to be friends with us. Are you alright? What was with the nervous laugh? Weaverton turned a bit solemn at that nervous laugh. Oh, I guess it's just that I never really had people or anyone really want to be friends with me so easily like that. He said as he was holding a hint of vulnerability and pain, almost as if he still remembered how many people had rejected and even been rude to him. Well, I can tell you this: if you had your unicorn pal when those people were around, it wouldn't have been good for them people. Period. Even though Midnight mainly trusted me just a few moments ago, I could still somehow sense that one wrong move I made, and I was going to find out what that dragon power I kept sensing is. Tell you this, if you had that when those people were around, it wouldn't have been good for them. People, even though Midnight mainly trusted me just a few moments ago, I could still somehow sense that one wrong move I made, and I was going to find out what that dragon power I kept sensing is. Lucy was right, almost bitter laugh, his expression turning weary for a second as he ran a hand up through his a pained look in his eye. Trust me, I know. Many times people have come up to me, looked at me, then walked away, or in some cases shouted insults. I know. It hurts. Lou spoke as if that had happened many times to him, a lot of pain and loneliness in his voice. Honestly, you may not be your normal Pokemon self, but I do like how your crocodile design now has all them sparkly stars and moons. Plus that crystal ball on your snout. Ah. Louis' expression softened a bit as a small surprised smile appeared on his face, expression holding a mix of thankfulness and a bit of happiness. Really? Yes, you obviously surprised and almost taken aback by your compliment. You like how different I look now? Like what I have on me? Yes. And his evolutions are my favorite Pokemon. And you look just like him. Except with the crystal ball. And the pattern all over your body. I love that design. Louis's eyes widen as your words hit him, clearly stunned and not hearing you say that he is your favorite Pokemon. You serious? Said in shock, his expression surprised at the fact that you actually liked it and even loved how he looked. You're not teasing or messing with me? You really like how I look? Yes, I really do. I like how you look. There you go. Louis went completely stunned for a few seconds from my words. He had clearly never had anyone genuinely compliment his appearance. He stayed silent for a few minutes before finally speaking. His voice amidst a surprise, thankfulness, and a small bit of vulnerability. I, I don't know what to say or how to react to that. You're the first to actually like how I look. No one's ever liked it. He said, his voice soft and almost tearful. I don't know why. People would make fun of you and your design. It looks really cool. Moose gave a bitter laugh, his expression turning pained. Oh, frick. Because they think I look bizarre. Like a freak. A monster. They don't think I'm something horrible and ugly. I don't blame them. I hate how I look. Sweetheart, let's see if we go this again. He's a barely a hint of vulnerability in his voice. Hey, don't hate yourself. I think you look amazing. Dude. You look amazing. was stunned for a second. He seemed almost unable to believe what he was hearing. No one ever told me what to go. You really think I look amazing? He whispered, half hopefulness in his voice. Yes, just like what I told you a while ago. You're not ugly to me. That design looks amazing. Lucas was stunned for a few seconds as those words hit him. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He was in shock from the fact that someone, a human, actually thought he looked amazing. Nobody ever thought he looked anything other than freakish or ugly. But here, with you, there was someone who actually thought he looked good. I, I, Louis tried to speak, but just as before, his voice got stuck in his throat, a mix of surprise, almost disbelief, and vulnerable emotions. I walk up to. Stop. Uh, uh, Lucas froze up a bit. Froze up a little when you walked up to him and gently petted him. He seemed surprised and stunned that you started to pet him. But a second later, that surprise changed into a bit of awe and comfort. He suddenly let out a sound like a purr, almost like he was actually enjoying your gentle pats on him. See, I'm not going to hurt you. Lewis was stunned, a bit shocked from the fact you were being this kind and gentle with him. He hadn't felt this kind of comfort in a very long time. He realized under your hand as you kept petting him, another sound like a purr escaping his lips, almost seeming like he was actually starting to trust you because of how comforting you were being with him. Wait, as I was petting, I have an idea to make this more unique. While doing so, I had a vision in my head that showed Midnight the unicorn. And it was back to where I first saw him in the woods. But in this vision, he was angry and very untrustworthy of me. And he turned into a massive dragon. What the frick? Oh my gosh. Lucas noticed that you looked a little distraught, and as you kept on petting him, your expression going from comfortable to a bit blank. He wasn't sure what you were thinking about, but he could tell something was going on within your mind. He looked a bit worried as the vision in my mind started playing out, seeing the sight of Midnight turning angry and not being very trustworthy, transforming into what could be only be a massive, scary dragon. After this, I snap. The vision disappears. Stop. And I'm back. What was that? Lewis was still watching me. Was watching you intently as the vision suddenly disappeared. Concerned, he could tell something had just occurred, but he didn't know what. A vision. Lewis said, his voice with concern and curiosity. What'd you see? I saw your unicorn friend Midnight. And I was back where I first met him about 20 minutes ago. But he was being very aggressive and angry instead of friendly like he was to me a while ago. Then I think I saw what I sensed when I met him earlier. Dragon power. Was stunned for a second. Alright, guys. I'll tell you what I'll do. I gotta do something real quick.